And so from there, I went to one of the things I got to go to that I was most impressed by, that was completely different than anything else I went to. The Daily Show's presidential Twitter library. They had a nickname generator that generated the nickname that President Trump would give you. Mine was Sleazy Blake. Accurate. A lot of the exhibits were purposefully meant to just embarrass and shame the president for the things he deserves to be embarrassed and ashamed about. They even had this set of little mini hands with a phone in it just to mock that. The comedy makes itself. That's why it's so great. It's mostly framed tweets from this fucking idiot we got running this place that show how stupid he is and show how he contradicts himself. They had different walls with different framed tweets that had different themes along with them. So like one of them was constructive criticism, and that Django tweet there had me in tears. They also touched on some serious issues with his social media posts, one of them being the birther theory that he kind of birthed, for lack of a better term, which real early on highlighted the xenophobia that he continues to display constantly. They also highlighted his explicit attacks on women, as well as on people of color, but in particular athletes and prominent people of color that speak up to him. They had this giant map and kind of framed it as the world according to Trump, and they matched up the numbers on the countries with times he had tweeted about these countries in negative and ignorant ways. The Dennis Rodman one in particular was pure comedy. They had one display that highlighted his relationship with Fox News and how he tweets basically immediately after they report on certain things, showing how he is literally just getting his information from one biased news source, which was funny on display like this, but also terrifying. They had a bunch of different videos playing throughout the museum as well.
My son Donald did a good job last night. He was open, transparent, and innocent. This is the greatest witch hunt in political history. Sad.
One of them was called Sad, a retrospective, which was kind of a mocking of his whole overuse of all this sad bullshit that just makes him sound dumb. One of the videos was a dramatization of what they thought the 11 minutes that Donald Trump notoriously was off of Twitter was like.
Doing some research on different races: Asian, black, white, black on Asian, Asian, Latino, and Latin.
Clear identified. I just totally forgot Trump's nicknames for people. Like, was it Cricket Hillary? Why? What is it called?
I actually started having contractions. No, it was that bad.
The main movie they had playing was like this 10-minute thing documenting kind of the rise of his Twitter following.
Twitter was the ideal medium for future President Trump. Immediate, no filter, grammar, super optional. And seeing its earth-shaking potential, Trump used Twitter to communicate only his most important thoughts. Thoughts such as, the Mar-a-Lago Club has the best meatloaf in America. Tasty. I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. And of course, how did you like Michelle Obama's bangs last As his influence grew, Trump used Twitter to build community. With his follower count surging, Trump would now harness the power of Twitter to fuel his political rise. What started as just asking questions about whether the United States president was born in the United States blossomed into a full-blown run for the White House. And the media awaited each Trump tweet like the hungry little bitches they are.
Tonight, a tweet with his taco bowls.
Breaking news, Donald Trump is tweeting something right now.
A Twitter tirade.
Has he been tweeting again this morning? I just heard.
Yes, he has been tweeting.
I was just told in my ear to have yet another tweet.
Another tweet from Trump?
Yet another tweet.
November 8th, 2016, Twitter helped Trump cruise to an easy victory over Hillary Clinton, defeating her in the Electoral College and the popular vote, if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally. Would the weight of the presidency change Donald Trump? Not even a little. After taking office, the 70-year-old Trump kept tweeting with the vigor of a person 60 years his junior. Why? Because America demanded it.
Let me ask you, should I keep the Twitter going or not? Keep it going? I think so.
And so Trump continues his tweeting to this day, a sacrifice he makes for the American people. It took 6 years and 36,000 tweets for Trump to get where he is today. Did he make mistakes? Sure. But as he sits in the very historic Oval Office ordering diet soft drinks at the press of a button, President Donald Trump knows the hashtag truth.
He said that he does not regret anything, especially the things that he says on Twitter. And he also says that he believes that without Twitter, he would not be president.
But president he is. And if we're lucky, President Trump will continue tweeting long into his second term, and his third, and his fourth. So thank you, Mr. President. And thank you, Twitter. All of this is because of you.
They had somehow gotten a hold of President Trump's inauguration cake, which you're probably thinking is impossible because a cake can't last that long. And the irony is, he actually had a fake cake made. They had a little explanation placard right there explaining, and it was actually biting off Obama's inauguration cake. And he had a fake one made to try and look more presentable and whatever, better than a regular cake, and got caught doing that, and they somehow got a hold of it and put him on blast for it, which was fucking hilarious. They also had on display this giant timeline of his growth as a tweeter, if you want to call it that. It showed how he started wilding in 2011. And it showed all the way to present day, where after winning the election, he clearly felt more empowered. And then the Hillary tweets started coming out. Wouldn't stop tweeting about winning years after he already won, like a little petulant child. And kudos to whoever wrote these things, man, because The Daily Show really said that that Jay-Z tweet was the biggest condemnation of Jay since Lemonade. All these show how clearly self-conscious this man is. Like, this dude was really tweeting about the relationship between the Twilight actors. That shit is hilarious. A lot of irony in that incompetence tweet. They had a Trump versus Trump exhibit that showed times he directly contradicted himself through tweets of his own. The golfing example, a very relevant one considering how much time this man has spent on a golf course. They also have my favorite feature, which in the corner is a roped-off giant screen that's dedicated to a live Twitter feed of his that has an alarm attached to it for whenever he tweets. And yes, it does really go off. I wasn't there for it, and I'm salty, but I talked to some people that were there, and it is pure comedy. And they also had a cool photo op where you got to take a picture on the throne, but you know I had to put Ohio State on the throne one time, and I hit him with a vicious Trump face, if you ask me.